All right, so 9-11 scatter plots. We have plots. When we're plotting data, sometimes they don't all go in a nice line or a nice association. Sometimes they're all over the place, which is why we call these scatter plots. But that doesn't mean that there isn't some type of pattern. So over here I have, just like your Explore 1, the hours spent that students spent studying, all right, from 0 to 4, and then their different test grades. Okay, so when we go and we plot this on a graph, you see that for 0, I plotted that student scored 75, and this other student studied a half an hour and got an 80. A third student studied an hour and got an 80. Fourth student studied an hour and got an 85. And so you see over here I've plotted where this one student who studied 4 hours, they got a 90, and this other student studied 3 hours, got a 100. Now what you can see here is that it isn't in a nice straight line. I cannot draw a single line through them, because if I did it would be all jagged. But what you can see is that in general, as these hours go up, the grades tend to increase. And you should also notice that there is a maximum. There is not a grade above 100 points. So the test grades increase with study time. This is called a positive association, meaning as the study time gets larger, the other value gets larger. And so it's the same as if I drew a line through the middle of everything, it would have a positive slope. So this is a positive association. Now, what is this general trend? Well, we just described that. As you increase the study, the grades would increase. So a question I could ask about this is, would 10 hours of studying be better than 4? And you can take a look at this, and maybe, depending on the student, but in general, not really. We hit our maximum right around 3 or 4 hours. After that, you're studying a long time, but you're really not getting out of the, you can't go past the A range. People tend to be right in the A range if they've studied that long. Now, why do you think that these data points aren't in a line? We just said they weren't, they're all jagged. In other words, why did some students score higher with less study? So right here, this person, they studied 3 hours and got 100%. This person studied a whole hour longer but only got 90%. Down here we have two 80%. One person was a half an hour, one person was an hour. So why do you think that is the case? Why aren't the grades going up every time you study more, the grade goes up? And then the second thing is, I said this was a positive association. What do you think a negative association would look like? And that's 9-1.